You're listening to episode number 24 of the Wellness Real Estate Podcast. You are going to learn about co-ownership today and how it's opening a new door for renters to become homeowners. Eric Chebil is the founder of Cher. When he first told me about this business, it blew my mind. It's such a great concept that I'm surprised no one else has thought of it before. It's that good. He's been in Forbes magazine and has also presented at an NAR conference. So if you want to learn how you can help renters you know become homeowners and how you can work with Cher, you're going to want to stay tuned. Let's grow. Welcome to the Real Estate Marketing Podcast, where we explore a unique strategy no one is talking about that will enable you to engage more people with authentic conversations about your business more often. And it's called Wellness Real Estate. Not sure what that is or how it can help you as an agent? Well, that's what this podcast is all about. In fact, Wellness Real Estate is growing so rapidly that it is projected to be nearly $870 billion by 2027. I'm Sheila Alston, and I'm your host. I'm also the founder of Healthy Home Media, where I help agents all over the country leverage this new trend in the industry to spark new conversations that will get people to listen to you and notice your brand. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels without any leads or sales to show for it, then stay tuned. I guarantee this podcast is not like any you've heard before. Welcome to the Wellness Real Estate Podcast. Hey, Eric, I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much, Sheila, for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so excited to learn more about Cher. It's a concept that really just blew my mind when you were telling me about it, because there's nothing else like it, and it just can help so many more people. So why don't you tell us about it? What is Cher?
Yeah, so Cher is, and thank you for that. So Cher is the first platform that actually helps transition renters into home ownership through the process of co-ownership.
Okay.
So co-ownership, it's been around for years. There's actually, in the last 6 years, there's been a 771% growth in roommates who are co-living currently and want to actually build equity and be able to achieve home ownership, but simply just can't afford it. And they've been looking into this model called co-ownership on their first home as a way to enter the market.
Right, but that seems a little, the way before your company came about, don't you have to just take title as a tenant in common or something? Then if somebody wants out, then you have to sell the home. It becomes this big problem. So
Absolutely. So how it's been in the past is typically you have to use the same lender. You have to develop a variety of custom contracts. It's just the whole process is a headache. And then on top of that, to your earlier point, how do you actually fractionally sell? And so when you're looking on the MLS right now, you may see a couple agent remarks saying joint venture opportunity, and this could be for a multifamily property. But typically those types of properties sit on the market for what we've seen over 6 months. And so it makes that fractional sale much more difficult. And so what we're seeing now is this fractional ownership really becoming much more widely adopted, such as Rizzo just actually adopted a fractional ownership separation now in the MLS. So it is providing more visibility, but what's very unique to Cher is that it is also a social marketplace. We understand that co-owning and co-living, there are some friction points. And we do our best to highlight properties that are either duplexes, triplexes, and so each person can have their own space. But we do have the realization that no matter what, sharing a space with someone, it can become, there can be friction points. And what we've done to help alleviate that is not only promote specific properties that are better for co-ownership, but they're also more easier to sell on our fractional marketplace to other buyers and sellers. And of course, we provide these custom legal contracts and loan products for you to more easily co-own.
Yeah, and for people who don't, I used to have a fractional ownership in a vacation property. So I realized what that was right away. It's just that when we went to sell, it did the other owners that had nothing to do with them. They didn't have to sign anything because we actually had title for our fraction of it. And because it was vacation, like we got so many weeks out of the year, which worked. But you are saying that you're providing fractional ownership for people who may want to live in it full time together, or for an investor who wants to take a part of that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's been for the majority of people who want to live together.
Mm-hmm.
So typically it's renters who have been renting their whole life, and it helps not only the underserved communities, but when you're looking at trying to buy a home in California right now, with the average home price of being upwards of close to 850 to 900K,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be close to a millionaire to be able to afford that. And so this is a new opportunity where if you realize that you do have to live with someone else nowadays, and it's not by choice, it's simply because of affordability and necessity. So
Mm-hmm.
when you come to that understanding, is there a big difference between sharing rent with someone versus owning with someone and building equity? And so there is that paradigm shift, but
Mm-hmm.
we are seeing that across the market, that people are very interested in co-owning and co-living together. So these are typically people who have lived together in the past. These are friends, family members, significant others, parents who, for instance, wanted to gift a down payment for their
Mm-hmm.
child. Instead of just losing that down payment, they have an opportunity to actually build equity with their child. And then, of course, for any new people who are moved to a new location, instead of being limited on your options on who to rent with, such as on Craigslist or
Mm-hmm.
apartments.com, this is a different take on owning now and sooner rather than later, building that equity in desirable neighborhoods, and then being able to more easily fractionally sell.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's such a like mind-blowing concept, and I can't. So how did you come up? Tell me how you came up with this concept.
So a little bit about my background is so first generation American. My each really a lot of people in my family, I want to say most people are entrepreneurs in my family, and so we're always trying to push the envelope and trying to make change for the better. And really, through my background, I went to school at University of Washington, studied engineering and architecture and finance, and really my first year out of college, I was working with the largest general contractor on the West Coast. I was promoted every year, which was great. First 4 years I was there, I was one of the youngest project managers, and I started to realize that my rent was actually going up at the same rate as my promotion. And
Mm-hmm.
so just looking at it on an Excel, I started to realize that it would take me 14 years if I was promoted every year, and at that rate, I would be the youngest CEO in the company's history, to be able to afford a home if home prices stay the same. So I realized that there was a huge problem that not only faced me, but millions of other millennials and renters. And so I got my real estate broker's license, my mortgage loan originator's license, and went to work and started to think about, well, how can I buy a home with a friend, family member, or significant other? Is this even possible? And I posted on Craigslist. It turns out that people would be interested in co-owning with me on Craigslist, and there was no picture of me whatsoever. So it made me think, well, there has to be a social element available here, and we started to launch it initially back in early 2019, and immediately people started signing up. They were interested. They were desperate to get out of renting, but they looked at this as a new stepping stone into home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And so really the rest is kind of history. We were recognized by the National Association of Realtors. We spoke at their Innovation Summit back in 2019, and really just trying to solve home ownership in a different way that's completely free for home buyers.
I love it. I was reading some of the articles you sent me, and you have a beautiful story about Abigail. Can you share that with the people listening?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So actually, Abigail, she is one of our early co-owners. So she actually had the opportunity to co-own with her mother in Long Beach. And initially, this is actually a story of homelessness, but without going too much into detail, there was a loan product that individually they were not able to actually qualify for. But then together, thanks to not only our partners, but being creative as well and presenting this co-ownership opportunity, educating them on the benefits of building equity together. Both her and her daughter went from homelessness into actually a condominium where they're actually building equity now, and they're seeing 8 to 10% appreciation on their investment, and they've been renting their entire lives. So it's very rewarding to make an impact on many of these people's lives.
I love it. I love it so much. So I'm interested to share more about the platform that you have. If people are interested in sharing, how does that work?
Yeah. So how the journey works for a first-time homebuyer is you'll go to www.cher.app, create your free account, and from there you'll be able to see a community of around 60,000 other homebuyers who are interested in buying in California, and they either have a co-owner that they're thinking of buying with, or you can go ahead and connect with them and send them a message. The best way is make sure your profile is, don't make any scary pictures or anything like that. Make sure you look friendly if you're trying to make friends, We do have a background check, an ID check, and a personality check. So if you're looking to co-own with someone you may not know yet and looking for Cher as that social element, make sure you do those checks. It'll highlight you to other co-owners who are interested in doing that same process. The next process is looking at any homes on our CRM or on our data feed. So just any property you may see, just click flag, and you can also flag and share it to your community. So whoever you co-own or interested in connecting with, you can share those properties with that person. And then, of course, once you and the other co-owners agree on a home, you can get pre-qualified, pre-approved, and funded all through our custom loan origination system. So how that looks like is just click your profile, top right, click get pre-qualified, and the whole process is all integrated. So we can get you funded, approved in 21 days and closing the loan. So very quickly, we work with credit scores all the way down to a 500 credit score. We do special unique co-owning loan products as well. And then, of course, when you are co-owning, to make sure that you're set up for success, we do provide you custom tenants and common agreements that specify how much ownership you have and what you will do when you want to fractionally sell. If you prefer to create an LLC, we can also assist with that. And then when you do co-own, you build equity. And then when you want to fractionally sell, you have two great options. You can either list as a for sale by owner, or you can use one of our internal agents to help you fractionally sell as well, where we can post on the MLS. And the whole process is very seamless. And once again, it's a great free opportunity for you to build equity now.
So do you work with agents? I know that you said that you are an agent, but how do you work with agents who are outside of your company?
Yeah, so what we love to do is we want to help agents. So just to clarify kind of a background is, as I mentioned, I am a licensed real estate broker, mortgage broker. I've spent tons of money on lead gen platforms. And so what we found was that, well, first of all, back in 2021, we were a lead gen service, but we found that taking it in-house was the best solution to explain how co-ownership works for first-time homebuyers. And so how we work with outside agents now is we would love to be their dedicated financing option for their clients. So there are no fees, there are no referral fees or anything like this, but we would love to help originate those loans. And it's a great marketing hook for agents to be able to tell their clients, look, homeownership the prices are increasing. I know that you may be getting outpriced fairly soon. Have you ever thought about co-owning? And here's Cher, a unique platform that specializes in co-ownership. Its technology is fully patented. It's built from scratch, and it will help you as a dedicated home buying concierge service. So would you like to reach out and see how much you and your other co-buyers could afford?
That's wonderful. I love it. And they would still get the fee for, is it a referral fee they would get, or would they get the sale if they were to represent someone?
Yeah, so they will get the complete sale. We do not mess with the agent's commission at all. We want to just help that client by originating that loan. And so how we're able to monetize is our wholesale lenders do pay us a fee, but on the agent side and the home buyer side, they're not seeing these types of costs. So it's a great opportunity for clients to multiply their buying power, and a great catalyst to activate your CRM and your farm, just try and actually buy now and rather than just keep waiting.
Right. And also to have another option for people that they don't know is available. And that just positions you as more of the expert because you're bringing this to them. That's wonderful.
Worst case scenario, if they can find even a better product or they decide not to, there's no harm, no foul. That's their business. And so we just want to make an impact. And in fact, our impact, it's been recognized recently. We're actually just speaking, we were on the East Coast, part of Village Capital's Economic Impact Program. And we're continuing to work with some huge entities trying to really make a larger impact on the underserved community. So we're excited.
Yeah. So are you just in California or parts of California or can
we are across California right now, but we are always looking to continue to grow our network. Once we expect by in between 12 to 24 months, we plan to launch in Texas area. And then from there, potentially New York. But right now we are in California only. However, we're always looking to develop those either affiliate partnerships. So if agents have clients who are looking to buy in California, we would love to also work them as well.
Yeah, you should start like a wait list or something for people from other states so that you know where the interest is.
You're spot on. We do have a wait list going. We try not to market it too much, but we do have a wait list now.
Okay, that's good because I imagine that people from all over will want, I mean, this is such a great idea that it's not going to be just in California, but in other, especially places like Florida or New York or parts of Texas are getting really expensive too.
Seattle, really anything
Seattle.
that home prices are above 500,000. That's where we're defining as unaffordable, where you have to be earning 140, 150K, which is 6x times the average U.S. salary. So that's really where we're hitting first. These metropolitan areas where it gives now renters an opportunity where instead of renting in a nice paying high premiums for a rental area, they can live in that same neighborhood and still have their cake and eat it too. And so that's really one way we're trying to help the underserved community as well, is where instead of being forced to afford a very low priced home with low appreciation, now they have this opportunity to break this cycle, buy in a desirable neighborhood, seeing those double digits appreciation rates, and then when they want, sell, and then they can actually get into even secondary investment properties.
That's wonderful. Is there a time limit or anything like that they have to keep the co-ownership for, or is it just like a regular transaction?
It is a regular transaction, but we heavily stress that the importance of appreciation and that owning at a minimum of 2 years. We see between 2 and 5 years is what we like for them to hold. As long as they like.
Yeah, and there's tax implications too. If you hold something for 2 years, you get a bit of write-off if you do have appreciation. So that's a good idea. 2 years is good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, this was so wonderful. I love it. So where can people go if they want to learn more about Cher? And it's CHER, correct?
That's right. Yeah. CHER, like you're sharing a home. So if you want to learn more, just go to our website at www.cher, that's share.app. And from there, you can learn a lot of information, or you can give us an email. Just give us an email at share@share.app. And we'd love to answer any questions. We have a LinkedIn page, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So really, we're all over on social media. Reach out to us, and we'd love to answer any of your questions and help you.
Great. And so that's do you get any specific questions from agents, I guess? And I mean, do you work specifically with different agents? I know you've already talked about trying to work with them if they have buyers, but how can they work with you before they have buyers?
The best way would be for them to reach out. So if you're an agent and you're listening to this, we will help you as a buyer's agent. So reach out to us beforehand. Make sure that you're educated on co-ownership, and we want to make sure that your understanding is equal to your client's understanding. So the earlier you can get prepared, we have lots of material you can understand. We'll provide to you as well, and you can also leverage that to your clients. So yeah, I would just say shoot us an email, and we'll schedule a call with you and explain how we operate and the ins and outs and how fast we can close.
That's awesome. How do you find the properties that are on your platform? Is it just anything on the MLS, or you said that you kind of try to filter out ones that are better for co-ownership? How do you figure that out?
Yeah, we have strategic partnerships across California with MLS data providers. And so here you can, we have a very robust data feed. So if you're looking at us versus a uh, larger tech platform that, specifically for searching houses, we're very comparable. So uh, here you can easily look at homes and how we promote this shared home ownership within our platform is you can easily add a property to groups of co-owners. And what's nice is that if you like a home, not only that you can see, but anyone else who's interested to buy, for instance, in Santa Monica or San Francisco, uh, other co-owners can see that, hey, Sheila's interested in buying this property, and what is your intent? And they can go ahead and reach out and message you on Share if they like. And so we promote multifamilies more than the classic single family residential single unit. And the reason being is that we know that co-ownership, it's a new way to enter homeownership, and small things like who's going to do the dishes and those small friction points add up. So we try and promote multifamilies by giving them a shared score. So when you pick a specific property on Share, you'll see a shared score. The higher the shared score, the better likelihood of you and your co-owner being able to fractionally sell and finding a new buyer to take that.
Right. So like if it's an actual multifamily unit, a duplex or something, that's ideal, right?
Ideal. That would be, yeah, that's right. But for many first-time home buyers, it's a little challenging to understand what is a duplex, because they're used to the traditional SFRs, single unit type homes. But that's definitely what we promote as well.
So then what if I'm just like new and I don't even know how much I can afford, and so I'm not sure which homes to look at first because I don't know what I can afford as a co-owner versus what I could individually. What do you suggest for them?
Yeah. So what I suggest would be just first signing up, and you'll get our contact information, our company main line. And then from there, one of our dedicated home buyer support specialists will reach out to you, see what types of homes you're interested in, what your credit score may be, and just kind of get you a general pre-qualification. And if we think that you may be a good fit, which is a lot of the case, you will be, we'll issue a pre-qual letter, and that will help you decide, okay, what is that amount, and is that amount enough for your dream home? And if not, let's leverage co-ownership then.
That's great. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. You said you have 60,000 homes on your site, or 60,000 people who are interested in co-ownership. What was the?
We have 60,000 home buyers who are interested in co-ownership.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. And you just started, so there's definitely high demand.
It's growing it's definitely growing like crazy. And what we've been really looking for is not only dedicated agents to join Share, but also helping getting our word out. So although we are seeing a good demand, we getting that trust, getting that rapport is definitely beneficial from agents as well. So partnering with agents is definitely something we want to grow, and being that go-to financial partner for them.
Yeah, but then you're also hiring in-house agents to work off your leads that you get, and that's a great place for a newer agent who has no leads.
Yes, it is. Yes. We're still working on the scalability of training newer agents. So, typically we've been looking for people who are a bit more seasoned with 5 or 10 years of experience. But if you are a newer agent and you're hungry, feel free to reach out, and there could be a good place for you in the family.
Yeah, like they work their apprenticeship or something. They work their way up.
Exactly.
That's great. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Eric. It's such a pleasure talking to you and learning all about Share. And again, what's your website for people to go to?
Yeah, so our website is www.share, that's CHER.app, and visit us, sign up for your free account. It's a totally free service. And whether you're looking to buy a home on your own or co-own, first step is getting pre-qualified and reaching out to us. And more than likely, we're going to be able to help you. So we'll love to be your go-to solution.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something new that will inspire you to think about your branding and how you can market yourself a little differently. If you enjoyed this episode, then you're going to love what I have for you, because you don't need to wait to go get extra certifications or to grow and expand your network to get started attracting those new leads right now. You can simply begin by talking about wellness real estate trends and what you've learned on this podcast with others. I mean, this is pretty interesting stuff that no one has heard about, and I have all the tools that can make it even easier for you. Wellness Real Estate Magazine is a brand new wellness lifestyle magazine, and it's the only magazine that brings health and home together. We educate readers on industry trends and how to create a healthier home environment, written by industry experts around the country. And we have 3 covers to choose from: Wellness RE, Healthy Home, and Wellness at Home, so you can easily find one that aligns with your unique brand and messaging. These magazines are the perfect done-for-you tools that help you not only stay top of mind, but they educate and engage your audience, which positions you as an industry expert. Differentiate yourself and grow your brand the easy way. Learn more at healthyhomemedia.com.